For today's cup of coffee, I'm going to go into a topic that even amongst the supernatural and paranormal community, sometimes that can cause a raised eyebrow, and that is something of as far as reptilians. And I know the people already, I can hear the, oh God, she's going to go there. Yes, I am going to go there. What happens a lot of times with me is that for whatever reason, I will be led down specific rabbit holes. And even if I kind of persist on them, it will keep happening. And the it being information will show up in random places, not talking about YouTube recommendations solely. It'll be something that I'm watching. It can be somebody talking in a store, anything like that. And it's just like the theme just kind of persists, in which I've eventually sit there and go, okay, God, I will go into this. I will delve into this, because that's how God works with me. And this thing with the reptilians, and I found a YouTube video. I will put a link in the description, and it's an excellent video. It's probably not what you're thinking, because there's been a lot of them made over the years. And some people, as far as witnesses, now I don't care even if someone has a mental health diagnosis, their perception of their world to me is valid. That does not mean that somebody, is friends with Napoleon, because we have evidence that Napoleon is no longer on the planet. As far as we understand it, we don't know that that person is not talking to the spirit of Napoleon. Yes, I have to watch myself so I don't get lost in the fray on some of these things. But it was an excellent documentary, and I'm not going to say other than, when you all watch it, if you take the time to watch it, I would like to hear your comments on it. I don't want to say too much, because that could implant ideas in your all's heads as far as what I think about it. I want to know what you think about it. The documentary does feature David Icke. It was made quite a few years ago, and God love him, poor little David Icke has been around the corner and then some. He, for like over 30 some years, everybody has thought that he was just totally off the deep end, until a lot of the stuff that he was saying, has been proven to be true. And especially in our day, today's world, with things that he has been saying for many, many years, finally coming to pass. And, if he's insane, then he is the most intellectual, insane person that I have ever heard speak. And he does his research on these things. And if you follow his way of thought, which he allows Spirit to lead him also. And I'm thinking, I didn't know that was what was happening with me exactly. Kind of concerns me. I'm on the same type of path that Mr. Icke is. But anyhow, it is what it is. I have a lot of respect for the man, because he has been consistent for all these years. And do we know that these things do not exist? No, actually we have proof. We have scriptural proof that these things do exist, because snakes don't talk, folks. And was just reading back even as far as Noah, and right before, as far as the accounts of Noah, was about the, I was hoping I still had that tab open, but I think I had gotten rid of that one. Or I've given you the exact verses, but I will put that in the description also, about the Nephilim. And that was the reason for the flood, was that the DNA pool, the gene pool, as God had created it, had been corrupted with DNA that was not human. And right now we very well could be having a repeat of that. And yeah, I know you know what I'm talking about. Now, the little guy that we've got perched on the skull, for those of you who are new, that is the very beloved dash lizard. He's safe on here in our hallway, our wall of fuckery. He has his little bandage on him. He was our traveling companion for quite a few years, and the type of substance he's made of doesn't do well in sun. That was my bad, but he's still very loved. We now have the dash squid. He's actually an octopus, but he identifies as a squid, so hey, we roll with it. And that was a little aside. Many years ago, like when I say many, maybe 15, 17 or something like that, I was told there are humans, people that are human but not quite, and they're the good guys. There are people that are human but not quite, and they're the bad guys. And in between are the sheep who are blissfully unaware. And when I was told this, I was like, God, can you be any more, obscure? Because that doesn't make a whole lot of sense. But when I watched this video today, and I actually watched it twice, I'm like, oh, that makes sense now. So if you've got supernatural, paranormal experiences, UFO, alien encounters, if you've got, as far as observances of Bigfoot, chupacabras, what have you, local legends, family mythology, all that stuff, send it to me at cupofcoffeewithscream@gmail.com. I do have a couple of different stories coming in the works, but this one about the reptilians, it needed to be done today. Not sure why. I'm just rolling with the flow, folks. You all have a beautiful, blessed day.